Symbolic Capital, Sandeep and Kenzie are GP in that fund, and it's definitely complementary to Polygon.
What's a GP?
General partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think this is also an interesting thing that we could cover is what are the different roles at a fund, right? You have GPs, you have LPs,
Yeah.
you have analysts. Like, what is the flow chart there?
General partners typically are the ones who founded or head the funds. And sometimes they also put in a lot of capital as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is so that, incentives are aligned.
Mm-hmm.
General partners, obviously, if they're managing their own capital, want the best returns for their capital. So that's a GP. LP are the investors in the fund. So that could be outside, pension funds, high net worth individuals, etc. So that typically is the LP. Then you have like partners or principals within the fund who are the ones doing the taking the calls. I mean, GPs also take calls as well, and make investment decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So Symbolic Capital, they raise capital from outside LPs. They work more like a fund.
Right.
They're not like a ecosystem fund.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to lead deals,
right.
Which is great because, if Polygon Ventures isn't able to lead a deal, then we can reference some of these deals to them. And they can provide a lot more hands-on support. They have a Beacon accelerator, which kind of coaches these projects on not just building the product, but also learning how to pitch to investors, which
right.
is a skill that you don't learn until you actually go through it.
Right.
It's all complementary. Like, some of the deals that Symbolic has invested in, Polygon Ventures has invested in, and vice versa.
How is a fund structured, right? Like you have a preference, you have a carry, you have catch up, you have management fees, right?
Yeah.
Are these things in things in an ecosystem fund as well?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just like a typical VC fund?
Yeah. Well, the current...
Also, let's break down what are these terms.
Sure.
What's preference? What's catch up? What's carry?
Yeah. So generally, the carry is 20 to 30% based on...
What does carry mean?
Carry is the returns that you would make on a fund,
mm-hmm.
Based on, like, let's say you invest 10 million and then you make 12 million, then you would get 20% as carry, like whatever profits you make as
right.
carry. Hopefully that makes sense. The Polygon Ecosystem Fund doesn't charge carry,
mm-hmm.
which is great for the LPs or investors in the funds, because a typical venture fund like Paradigm or A16Z does charge carry.
Right.
So yeah, that's how the ecosystem fund is kind of structured differently.
What about management fee? What's management fee?
Yeah, the management fee is used for the operations of the fund. So, paying for auditing fees, paying for subscriptions, or paying employees. The typical management cost is like 1 or 2% of the fund. So yeah, I think we do charge like a management fee.
And do you guys have a preference set up as well?
We don't have a preference set up.
Okay. And what about Symbolic?
Symbolic, not from what I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.